Collective. Spirit says somebody is sitting out here looking crazy. It's a narcissist. Man, it wouldn't be a reading if it wasn't a narcissistic tendency somewhere lurking beneath the surface, hiding out, doing something, digging up dirt, smoking graveyard blunts. Who knows? Listen, welcome to Spiritual Core Television. We're going to see the vision that the Most High wants us to see, what the Most High wants me to tell by way of a vision, by way of divinity. Show me this person. What's this pushback? What's this pushback? Somebody's mad because you're in this high rank. Somebody wants to stop you from being in this optimistic energy. This is a binding energy. Somebody's mad because they can't hold you back. Show me this person. What's going on? What's your problem? They tried to jump a timeline. Okay, somebody may have thought they gained some type of victory. Maybe they thought they successfully did something. Show me this person. But they want you to know that they messed something up. Okay, they're coming out as the main person, somebody that holds some type of authority. Clarify. Sigma energy. Okay, leadership, independent, fearless. Show me this person. But behind the scenes, they're really just a rag doll. Somebody comes out in this illusion. Somebody's mad because they couldn't stop you from being in the spiritually high ranked energy, optimism, victory, success. Somebody thought that they had successfully swapped out energies with you, but now they're being stripped of it. So now they're in the, I just heard ragdoll. What the hell? Drugs and addiction? Yeah, if somebody did spell work, it's not uncommon for people like this to end up, unfortunately, doing things to themselves that leads to more torment. Somebody's addicted to something. I just heard methamphetamines. Huh. Who is this person? What's this about, Spirit? Show me this energy. Attachments, cords, bad habits, negative energies, karmic person. Again, this is somebody that comes out like their masculine and feminine energy is balanced, and they're angry because they weren't able to take you out of some type of spiritual high rank, but they want you to know that it was them that did it. Impersonation. It's like, yeah, I was the one that did that. This is what somebody wants you to know, but why do they need you to know? What is the need to know basis here? What is the purpose? They're afraid now. Paranoid. What the hell is going on here? They're afraid because they couldn't take you out of this spiritual rank. So you may have just gone through some type of an ascension, something that you needed to pay attention to, and somebody tried to distract you. So they did something, but now they're afraid, paranoid. It's a charlatan, a trickster. They're shocked because you didn't forfeit your spiritual rank. You let them do something, and then you let everything work out the way that it was supposed to. With fear, why is somebody afraid? Show me this person. Who is this person? Why are they afraid? Let's talk to the aliens, Holy Spirit. Take me to the 55th dimension, below and above. I am the Queen of Cups. What's up? Somebody's in the Five of Cups. Sad about the Queen of Cups? Queen of Cups energy, we're going to go into the water element. Somebody could have been using water magic. Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, earth magic. Something was in the water. Somebody tainted the water. This could be jar spells, jar magic. Queen of Cups energy, Ten of Swords. And they were using some type of doll. I just heard rag doll. Okay. Rejected, abandoned, desertion, left behind. Show me this person. Open that door. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Show me this person. The Lovers. Somebody may have lost a child. Ten of Wands and they're stressed out. Sagittarius, Gemini, Ace of Pentacles. Clarify. The Two of Pentacles. Somebody's spending a lot of money on drugs. A lot. Yep. Heartbroken because of some breakup. Ten of Wands, they're stressed out. So why did you attack this spiritually high ranked person from my spiritual soul tribe? That's all we need to know. Your personal business, we really don't care about. Go get you some help. Go get your life together. It looks like your money is funny. You're spending too much money on some type of drugs. I just heard meth, pills. Somebody's a pill popper. Somebody likes alcohol and pills. I don't know what they got going on, but their heartbreak is detrimental. That's unfortunate. I'm coming out as the Queen of Swords in this reading. Clarify, Holy Spirit. Show me this person. The Page of Swords. They're watching, paranoid. They're in fear. They wanted you to know that they did it. Somebody could have been high when they decided to do this. Under delusions of grandeur. I just heard, we heard what you did last month. We saw what you did last month. Clarify. Four of Cups. Somebody kept doing something over and over and it didn't work. Four of Wands. Again, another broken community. Four of Wands in a reverse. Canceled celebration. Somebody celebrated too soon. Somebody was trying to knock somebody off their spiritual rank. Trick up the energy around somebody's spiritual rank. This person was under the influence of something, some type of drugs. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. They lost their gifts. So they want to make other people suffer. Ten of Wands. They're stressed out, weighed down. They really want love, but they keep sending out hate. Four of Cups. They missed an opportunity and somebody can't get pregnant. Two of Pentacles. They're trying to balance something out. Page of Swords. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Somebody was doing jar spells. Water sign energy. Somebody could have heavy Scorpio, Pisces, Ten of Wands, Sagittarius, Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. Show me who this person is. What you got going on? Three of Wands in the reverse. You lost your gifts. And you can't astral project no more. You can't pull people out of their body, or you're stuck in the astral realm. You stuck outside your body. Three of Wands in the reverse. Whoever this person is, somebody like gets their courage from either alcohol or being hopped up on some type of drugs. And that's when they want to do magic. That's when they're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Like, nah, you are under the influence. You're too high to make these unstable like decisions that are affecting your real life reality. Then when you come down, you sitting up looking like you didn't do nothing. This person detaches from the magic that they do. It's a trickster. They're under the influence. They don't remember the shit anyway, to be quite honest, but they do it. They know what they're doing. They like to be under the influence. They like the fact that, you know, they can drink themselves into an oblivion so they don't remember or pop a pill. Clarify. Nine of Pentacles in a reverse. Seems as though this person's money is going like somebody can't hold on to their money because of their bad habits. And you doing spell work and you try to do it on a spiritually high ranked person. Because if I'm picking up on this energy, this person is a part of my soul tribe. So when you see my soul tribe, you see them, you see me. That's what it is. When you go for them, you go for me. That's what I need you to know. That's what I need you to understand. That's what I want you to understand. Big King of Cups energy. You came after a King of Cups, a divine masculine, a lover. Clarify. Somebody with a lot of beautiful gifts. The Ten of Pentacles. I'm telling you what I know. This is somebody's divine masculine. Somebody's divine lover. The lovers is here. Somebody could be a Gemini, Cancerian. Somebody could be a big Gemini energy. Somebody's birthday is in June. Don't necessarily have to be, or it could just be a divine masculine, or the month of June is significant. Clarify this person that's on drugs. Knight of Pentacles. So you went towards this man in the astral realm. So why is it that your ass is stuck up there? Why are you trying to pull everybody out of their body? Three of Pentacles. Because you collaborated with somebody. Clarify. Why are you trying to pull everybody out of their body? Because the Five of Wands is here. You want chaos in the ethers. You're trying to pull somebody into some type of like spiritual battle in the ethers. You want people to be out of their body because you can't get back to your body. Clarify. and the shit is over, you astral projected and got stuck. Is what happens when you leave your body. You didn't know astral projection was done, that certain people can only astral project, and those people are the ones with the 10 of Pentacles and the high rank. Even the watchers and the seers are being watched because they wanted to get involved. Spiritually high rank. Astral projection is illegal, especially over a chosen one. So you came for a divine masculine. Now you out here doing drugs. So you don't know what to do. You trying to figure out what to do? Seven of Pentacles. You still feel like something's going to work. So you're doing some more magic. This is somebody on a toxic cycle of drugs and alcohol. Functioning addict. Okay. If you look at them at first glance, they don't look like they're a drug addict, but they absolutely are. Three of Cups. Okay. They love to be at the party. Seven of Pentacles. Pills and drinks. Pills and potions. Pills and drinks. Clarify this person. Five of Cups. More cups. More cups. More drink. More pills. Depression, sadness. So why are you playing in the spirit realm and trying to do something to create illusions around a divine masculine who's spiritually high rank, who has a victory? And you thought you had successfully done this. Clarify. Because this is somebody's person. You got the Emperor, the King of Pentacles, and the Emperor, Aries energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We got all the divine masculines popping out. So this is a karmic feminine who's an addict, who needs to get her life together, who can have children or something's going on with her reproductive organs. Four of Wands in the reverse is a karmic soulmate. So what is the issue? You're getting drunk, you feel rejected, you feel abandoned. Clarify. I just heard you out there selling that ass. You can't give that ass away. That's what Spirit just said. Painting illusions. Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Somebody got a whole bunch of cups. Somebody needs to stop drinking. Sober up so you can stop doing magic like this. And when you get drunk looking crazy, or even when you sober, you crazy, you batshit crazy. If you can't go a day without drinking, I dare you to go a year without drinking. I bet you can't. This is how we got to start putting people on blast for these weird ass little tendencies that they like to attribute to, having pleasure in the world. It's fine. People that drink responsibly, okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. But somebody doesn't drink responsibly. They get drunk. They do spell work. They do spell work, and then they get drunk. They get drunk. They do spell work. They get drunk. They get like somebody is on a toxic cycle, topsy turvy, being turned upside down, tossed up to and fro. Somebody's a toss up. Clarify the Seven of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. The Ace of Wands. Business ideas. Clarify this person. The Wheel of Fortune. So they tried to take somebody's destiny, basically, the moon, and they hid this. So they could have a starseed baby. All that shit backfired. The moon. They're planning something next for the moon. Clarify what's going on the next moon cycle. The Page of Cups. Something with the child. The Eight of Cups. Somebody's trying to get a child to go away or get somebody's child taken away. The Four of Pentacles. They're trying to harvest a child. Somebody's trying to make a child a slave. Show me this child. Yeah, you don't want to mess with this child. You don't want to mess with this child. You don't want to mess with somebody's child. It's a high priestess child. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Somebody's trying to do this to a child of a high priestess. Clarify, what is your concern? Why are you here? The Ten of Cups. Somebody in your family, I'm telling you. Somebody knows you got the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and they're trying to provoke you. But these people are on drugs, y'all. These are addicts. Whoever they're working with, they all getting high and doing magic. Meth, they smoking out, then they fight, and somebody's drinking and trying to kick the habit. And show me these other people. Three of Swords, they all broke up. They're not together no more. Maybe they're out of money. Usually when the drugs runs out or the liquor runs out, usually people like that don't like to be sober. The only time they're really good for one another or how they see it is when they're under the influence. Clarify this person. I used to work at a sober living home. Never been on drugs. Never been on drugs, but I used to work at a sober living home. And we would go into shadow work at the time. You know, it wasn't really a common thing. It wasn't mainstream. It wasn't, shadow work was not a fashion trend. Everybody was not jumping on the bandwagon, you know, if you will. And so, talking to addicts, I know how their mind works just based on the people that I was able to encounter, that I was really blessed and grateful to work with. A lot of them were going through spiritual awakenings, and they thought they were going crazy, or they were told that they were going crazy. And that was their reasoning for starting drugs or taking drugs, because they thought, hey, I'm seeing shadows, my ears are ringing, nobody's seeing what I'm seeing. Some of them got, you know, stuck in different realms. Some of them were being pulled out of their physical bodies. Some of them were astral projecting without wanting to astral project. So, and this is from a spiritual standpoint. And then a really good friend of mine, he would go into the prison system. He was a clinical therapist, like level 4, which is like the highest level. And he would sit with people who had committed murders. Okay. My really good friend, God bless him wherever he is, he's a Nigerian. So spiritually, he was very spiritually knowledgeable. He had seen some things in Nigeria, and he would tell me stories, y'all. I would just sit there for hours and listen to his stories, and we would just talk. And he said, you know, most of the people that he was assessing in his position, Western medicine was not ready for the spiritual aspects. I said, well, what do you mean? He says, well, you know, I have to draw up a report on this guy to see if he's able to be rehabilitated back into normal society, or why did he commit this crime? So his job was to assess these murderers, these people that committed these heinous crimes on a psychological level. When he and I talked, he says, you know, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I said, why? He says, because I could see spiritually what's bothering them. He had the gift to see. He was a seer. He was a watcher. He said some of these people are being tormented by ancestors. Some of them are being, you know, some of them are stuck in other realms. Now, he couldn't put that on his report. You know, Western medicine didn't have anything for any forms of spiritual psychosis, not to this capacity. And so when we talk about drug addiction, and then we include dark magic and dark psychology, it's a very bad concoction. It's a whole another level of diabolicalness, and it's something that's waiting to explode. When you see people like this under the influence of meth, alcohol, I mean hardcore synthetic drugs, pills, Percocet, whatever these people are taking to sedate themselves, it's a bad combination. Now, from a spiritual aspect, somebody's being tormented by something within their shadow that they don't want to face, which is why they circumvent with drugs and alcohol. This reminds me of a lot of people that I've sat with. A lot, y'all. I used to schedule the appointments for chemical dependency, drug and alcohol. 10 years in that department, listening to stories, addictions. Most of the time, it's rooted in shadow work. Most of the time, these are really brilliant people that outsmarted themselves. They even said, oh, man, I could smoke this. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. The moment you see an addict ignore the fact that they are an addict, they are in trouble. I don't have no problem. I can stop this whenever I want. Oh, they're in trouble. Yeah, that's all ego. That's all delusions of grandeur. They're not having fun at this point. They have to take drugs because it's their medicine. If they stop drinking, they'll get the DDTs. They'll start shaking. Yeah, this person got issues. Ace of Cups in the reverse. They fallen from grace. So they got drunk, got high, smoked some stuff, went into the spirit realm. They also practice spirituality. This is somebody that does drugs, okay, recreationally, but they do it for spiritual reasons. This is so that they are easily to be possessed. They know what they're doing, but they're also now addicted to the drugs. Clarify? Reminds me of a lot of people that I've seen. They get drunk and they like to talk shit. They like to attack people in the astral realms. Why are you in the ethers trying to pull everybody out of their body? What's going on? Because you stuck there. 8 of Swords. So now this person needs help. So why are they pulling to the high priestess, like trying to pull us up? Because they stuck there. They stuck. Somebody left their body doing something they weren't supposed to be doing, creating some type of chaos, got too high. Somebody could also be doing shrooms. That's a whole bunch of things that somebody is mixing together. Clarify? That's a lot of different highs. Somebody does different drugs for different reasons. The Six of Wands, all because they wanted to win at all costs. Somebody sold themselves a dream, a delusional dream. Clarify this person that's stuck in the ethers. We're not coming up there with you. Yeah, King of Wands energy, justice. Now you want to balance things out. Sagittarius energy. Clarify this person. Now you're afraid. What's going on? The Five of Swords, and you still on demon time. Well, you can't do nothing else up there. You might as well. You stuck in some type of level of hell, bound to some type of principality. Might as well start shit. You at a level of hell in a high space. Yeah, hell in a high space. You really are. They crazy up there around that fourth dimension, between that fourth and that seventh dimension in the heavens. Man, that shit is wicked. That shit is so wicked, man. Them some reptilian, man, listen. If you make it past the seventh dimension, you got clearance to travel through the dimensions. But if you don't I just heard if you don't wake up, well, damn. If you don't make it through the seventh dimension, you lost. If you know, then you know when you travel in the grid. This fool right here keeps traveling the grid, but now they stuck in the grid. Clarify what you doing stuck up there. That door closed on you. Knight of Wands in the reverse. It's a feminine coming out as a man. Coming out in big dick energy. The people that were helping her walked away. Illusion. Somebody's drunk, delusional. They keep trying to create something. They feel like if they watch this person, then if they watch you, Divine Collector, the people from my soul tribe, that's the only people I'm doing readings for now. I'm not reading nothing else. If it's not somebody that came for somebody in my soul tribe, because when you see them, you see me. So when you attack them, you attack me. So just be ready for this spiritually high ranked ass whooping. I never flex my spiritual rank, but I feel like I need to start popping my shit a little bit. Or people will feel like they can just do anything. It's a hell to the no. We do the right thing. Even when I got to whoop your ass, that's the right thing. So when you get that ass whooping, just be ready for that. And stop hovering over people's children. Page of Cups. You desperate at this point. When you start attacking children, you desperate. That's weak. That's weak. That's a coward. You're trying to comfort people that you feel are less aware, but they're more aware than you. Somebody's child is coming up as the high priestess. Knight of Wands in the reverse. It's a feminine. Big fire energy. Okay? Now your ass is afraid because you never thought the day would come that people would see through your tricks. Anybody that followed you up into the ethers, anybody that you pulled up there with you, that went willingly, with you, they gonna stay up there with you. 2244. Stop trying to separate lovers. We got our man. You can't take our man. You can't take our woman. You can't take nothing. Divine feminine is a hell no. It's a death energy. You got to die up there, man. When do you get to come back down? We don't know. We ain't letting you out yet. Page of Swords, you just sitting there watching your body do some shit you don't even want to do. Oh man, that's a cold situation. You're having an out of body experience. You better get your shit together. Close that door, Holy Spirit. You can't reverse this curse because it didn't come from me. You sent that to me and my soul tribe. This is the message. I love y'all. Remember to take what resonates, leave what does not. I will be back with more readings. Peace be with you.